All right, got a bone to pick with you financial advisors. Not all of you, just some of you. There's been a handful of advisors that I've talked to about this first lien HELOC, and they hate this idea. They hate it. I think they hate it because one, they don't really take the time to understand it. And I think they're looking at me as a threat to their business because they don't want their clients not investing money with them. What's funny is that's not what we're even trying to do. We don't want the client to stop investing. We want them to keep on doing that. And if anything, once the house is paid off, we're going to have way more discretionary income that they can continue to invest with you. So if anything, we should partner together because I can get you more money from the client so they can invest with you if they don't want to buy real estate or buy a business or do anything else. They can literally put more money into the market by not having a mortgage payment. So this would be part one of a video because this client gave me a whole laundry list of reasons why they don't like this loan, which I'm going to talk about every single one of them. And what's really funny about all these advisors is that they all use the same number, that they're getting their clients more than 20% in the market. What's funny is if you're getting your client 20% in the market, why are your clients calling me trying to pay their house off? Why are they even worried about a mortgage payment if they're making all this money in the stock market? That's what I would want to know, because if I was making that kind of money, I could care less about my mortgage payment. If I'm just making hundreds of thousands of dollars every single year in the market because you're so good at moving my money around. All right, so we're going to unpack this. First thing that they said they don't want to pursue this, foreclosure risk. Foreclosure risk is irrelevant. If you have a mortgage and you don't pay, yes, the bank is going to come after you regardless. So it doesn't matter what type of loan you're in. If you don't make your mortgage payments, that will happen to you. And guess what? With a HELOC, you have access to your equity. So in a regular mortgage, the first of the month rolls around, you have to make your mortgage payment. With our first lien HELOC, all we're doing is making deposits and using our HELOC like our checking account. So you have access to more money than what you will save. So if you lost your job, guess what? You're not going to get a loan. You're not going to get a HELOC. You can't borrow against your house. But if you have a line of credit and you lose your job, you still have access to that money. So at least you can float yourself a little longer than what you would currently do with your current mortgage. So I think we can check that one off the box. Limited flexibility. Like I just said, in a regular mortgage, you have to make your mortgage payment. If you don't make your payment by the end of the month, the bank's going to hit you for a 30-day late payment, and good luck trying to get any sort of help financing. Doesn't matter how much equity you have in your home, you miss your payment, you're screwed. And with our HELOC, you control how you use your equity. So if you pay your house down, you have access to that money, you lose your job or you're in commission and you have a slow month, you have access to the money. You can cover yourself for a month or two and hopefully you get back on your feet. But again, with the foreclosure risk, I say this to every single client. If you lost your job and you have your mortgage today, what would you do? You would figure out a way to make your ends meet. You'd figure out a way to pay your mortgage. So if you're in the HELOC, why would that change? That should not change. You should still figure out what you're going to do to make ends meet, except the only difference is with the line of credit, you have access to more money than probably what's in your bank account today. Now, that can at least buy you some time to make a decision on what do you go do next. Can you find a job fast enough, or are you going to be in a position that you potentially have to sell your home, but at least you have the ability to maintain your credit without having such a short window like a traditional mortgage. You've got 30 days to figure it out unless you're going to bleed through all of your savings before you come to that cross in the road where you got to decide, can I make the payment or can I not make the payment? And tying up equity, this again, you don't understand how a HELOC works, my friend, because it is an equity line. You have access to the money. In a regular mortgage, I don't care if you owe $100,000 on your house and it's worth $1 million. You do not have access to the $900,000 of equity unless you refinance your home, you get a HELOC, or you sell your house. So how can you tell me that with a HELOC, your equity is tied up? This just tells me you do not understand mortgages. So this is what got me so fired up. And this is only the first three. Like I said, stay tuned for part 2 because I'm going to go through the rest of the list another time. This just proves to me that this financial advisor does not know anything about mortgages, yet they're giving this client advice on not to do this loan, and she is unfortunately listening to them. Just because your advisor can't make money off of this HELOC doesn't mean they shouldn't recommend it to you if they truly understood the freedom that it can create and the amount of money that we can save you in interest. This is not being a fiduciary. This is giving you advice based on fear because they don't want to lose you as a client. But again, I'm not trying to take you away from your advisor. I'm trying to make your life easier so you can make more money, invest more money with your advisor, and retire sooner. That is the whole goal of why we do this first lien HELOC.